Let's start with a simple question. Recall the last project which lost you money or where the margin was compressed and tell me why. Why did you lose money on it or why was the margin compressed? When I ask most firm owners, they tend to have answers around the same thing. Client kept changing requirements, contractors caused delays, scope kept on growing, team underestimated the effort. All of these are reasonable explanations. But let's take this one level deeper. Now recall the last 5 projects that lost you money. Why did they? One unprofitable project is bad luck, but 5, 6, 10, that's an operating system level problem, right? And that necessitates trying to find a pattern, which we'll try to do today, which is causing operating system margin leakages. There's a high probability scenario that you're losing money in multiple projects, that there are the same kind of problems quietly repeating and compounding, and they look normal on the surface, but they're actually the root cause why it's happening. Let me explain. Ask yourself this: are the losses isolated or are they repeating? Is it always the same kind of client, the same kind of project, the same kind of service, the same phase in which the leakage happens? Because if the same issue is repeating again and again, you're not looking at a project level problem, you're looking at a business, an operating system level problem. If the same mistake appears 3 times across 3 separate projects, maybe across 3 separate individual project managers across 3 territories, it's not a mistake anymore. It's a process bottleneck or process inefficiency. Here's a concrete example. There's a 45-person interior design firm that has a project which came in 18% under the fee. The principal blamed the client. The client was indecisive. There were 16 rounds of revisions on the conference room table alone. That's a fair point, right? But when we looked at their last 20 projects, then we had a pattern emerge across many of them. A lot of projects had difficult clients with the same kind of root cause. The firm's discovery process lasted 2 hours instead of 2 weeks. They were qualifying clients on the basis of chemistry and budget, not on decision making culture. And it was because the incentives were misaligned. The sales team got a cut as soon as the signing would happen. They were a key stakeholder in the qualification piece who just wanted to qualify every client they could. The indecisive client was not an anomaly. It was the predictable outcome of a process that knowingly did not assess how clients would actually make decisions later. The second question is just as important. Where do these losses repeat? Are they linked to one office? Are they linked to one project manager, one client segment, one delivery model? Businesses rarely lose money randomly. They lose money predictably. Question is whether you're measuring those patterns or simply experiencing them, ignoring them, and praying. Profit doesn't disappear all at once. It leaks. A few extra revisions, another delayed approval, one more unplanned site visit, one more little rework that nobody is getting paid for. None of it seems expensive on their own, but together they will erase your margin. The same interior firm, those 16 conference room revisions didn't just cost design time, they delayed the lighting submitted by 3 weeks. The contractor could not order fixtures. The FF&E install slipped. The client occupied the space 2 weeks late. The firm absorbed the delay cost because they hadn't documented that the revisions were client driven. Total leakage on that one decision chain, 47,000 USD. Across 6 projects, that pattern cost them 6 figures. The final question may be the most important. Could you prove your answer with evidence rather than memory? Because one project tells a story, 20 projects reveal your operating system. And once you understand your operating system, you stop fixing individual projects and you start building a compounding business which gets stronger, which compounds itself every time a new project is delivered. Everything you've seen in this video and will continue to see as part of videos in this series is based on principles that we've spent years building into the Immaculate platform. If you'd like to experience them inside an operating system built ground up purely for design and architecture firms, start your free trial today at immaculate.co.in/trial. Thank you.